Hey dreamers, and welcome back to Connor's Dreamlight Magic. Today, we're diving into something little dastardly in the best way possible. We're talking about 5 Disney villains who would be amazing additions to Dreamlight Valley. Whether it's the iconic, the bizarre, or the hilariously dramatic, these villains have the personality, flair, and story potential to bring something truly unique to the valley. So let's stir the cauldron and kick things off, shall we? Kicking off our list at number 5 is none other than the eccentric, dramatic, and totally lovable Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Now, you might not think of him as a traditional villain, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect for Dreamlight Valley. He's more about quirky schemes and emotional monologues than actually evil. He's hilariously incompetent in the best way possible, and he'd bring so much heart and humour to the valley. Imagine this. You walk by the Glade of Trust or the Plaza and you suddenly hear that unmistakable jingle. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated! Yes, his house in the valley would, of course, be Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated itself, towering and over the top, complete with ridiculous contraptions sticking out, and maybe a balcony for dramatic villain speeches. It would instantly become one of the most iconic builds in the game. But what really seals the deal is how well Doofenshmirtz would fit into the Friendship Quest system. Picture helping him build a brand new Inator with totally non-destructive goals, hopefully. Helping him reconnect with Vanessa over a heartfelt father-daughter moment, or teaming up with Merlin to accidentally summon a talking toaster. His quests would be chaotic, hilarious, and surprisingly emotional. And here's what his friendship rewards could look like. At level 2, you could get a love muffin shirt. Show off your allegiance to the League of Villainous Evildoers maniacally united for frightening investments in naughtiness. At level 5, you could get a balloony decoration, your very own helium best friend to float alongside you in emotional support. At level 8, you could get a pair of Doofenshmirtz and Perry Mickey ears, the ultimate tribute to this iconic duo's frenemies dynamic. And finally, at level 10, you could get Heinz's first Inator, a silly decorative prop with sparking wires, blinking lights, and no actual function, we hope. And let's not forget his dream styles. An amazing one would be Heinz Doofenshmirtz, a dramatic crossover outfit inspired by his Star Wars parody, complete with a cape and overconfidence. Or if you want something a bit more strange, how about Doofopus? A hilariously weird yet adorable hybrid costume, referencing the time he turned into a platypus. Because, why not? Doofenshmirtz could arrive as a free update, or be part of a Disney Channel Villains DLC pack alongside other classic animated baddies. Think Shigo, Bill Cipher. His arrival would bring a new level of fun to the game, light-hearted, unpredictable, and endlessly quotable. He may not be the most menacing villain in Disney history, but Dr. D would bring personality, humour, and depth to Dreamlight Valley in a way no one else could. Let's face it, every villain needs a little weirdness and a lot of heart, and nobody delivers both quite like Doofenshmirtz. Coming in next at number 4 is one of Disney's most iconic and unpredictable villains, the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. She's loud, she's royal, and she has absolutely no chill, which is exactly why she'd be a fun addition to Dreamlight Valley. We already have an Alice in Wonderland realm in game, and both Alice and the Cheshire Cat have been introduced, so adding the Queen feels like the next natural step. She'd bring that signature Wonderland chaos with her, complete with a temper tantrum or two, and probably a few threats of "off with their heads!" Don't worry, it's mostly just dramatic flair. As a Valley resident, the Queen would be hilariously over the top in every interaction. You could picture her bossing Goofy around, challenging Elsa to a tea party duel, or building her own mini court in the Forgotten Lands. Her friendship quests could even involve organising a royal croquet tournament, repainting white roses red, or even restoring her castle's lost crown jewels. Speaking of royal rewards, here's what you could unlock from her friendship track. Level 2, you could get a fabulous heart crown, perfect for channeling your inner Wonderland royalty. At level 5, her iconic red velvet throne, based on her live action appearance. It'd look amazing in a grand dining room or a villain's lair. At level 8, you'd get the Queen's Scepter, pulled straight from Descendants, Rise of Red, giving it a cool cross-franchise flair. And finally, at level 10, you'd get a gorgeous Alice in Wonderland stained window, perfect for castle builds, libraries, or magical study areas. And dream styles? They are next level. We could get a masquerade Queen of Hearts, a stunning black and red gown adorned with roses, regal, mysterious, and dramatic. Or we could get ostentatious Queen of Hearts. I probably butchered that, but let's hope I didn't. Golden textures, exaggerated sleeves, and theatrical flair, based all on a beautiful ornament. Plus, let's not forget her potential house skin, the Queen of Hearts Castle, a white and pastel fortress adorned with heart symbols and candy-coloured turrets. It's giving fairy tale villain with a touch of surrealism. Exactly what Wonderland is all about. I think having her in the valley would not only complete the Wonderland trio, if they don't add Mad Hatter of course, but also bring some much needed sass and pageantry to the game. She could be part of a Wonderland update, another one that is, or even a villains event. Imagine teaming up with her and Mother Gothel to throw the most chaotic tea party the valley has ever seen. Sure, she might be a little extra, but that's what makes her so fun. And deep down, maybe all she really wants is someone to follow in her royal rules and not ruin the hedges. If you're looking to add big personality and some high stakes drama to the valley, the Queen of Hearts would be a royally perfect choice. Coming in strong at number 3 is the infamous Davy Jones, the tentacle-faced terror of the seas from Pirates of the Caribbean. Easily one of Disney's most iconic and visually striking villains, Davy Jones would be a phenomenal addition to Dreamlight Valley, especially if we ever get live-action characters introduced into the game. His arrival would completely change the atmosphere of the valley. Picture fog rolling in over Dazzle Beach, the ghostly toll of a bell in the distance, and then the Flying Dutchman rises out of the water as his house. It's eerie, mysterious, and instantly legendary. His ghost ship would be the most unique house skin in the game, maybe even floating slightly above the shoreline, or docked just offshore with ethereal green lighting. Davy Jones isn't just a terrifying sea captain, he's a deeply tragic figure. His story is about love, betrayal, punishment, and the price of power. That depth could make for some strong and really compelling friendship quests. Maybe you'd help him restore the broken pieces of his heart, or retrieve lost souls with the help of Mother Gothel. He could even have fun power struggles with Ursula, as the two battle for control over the seas in a valley storyline that ties into the beach biome. Imagine having to choose sides, or bring them to a tense truce, all while navigating the emotional wreckage Davy Jones carries with him. His friendship rewards could easily become fan favourites. At level 2, you could get Davy Jones's hat, iconic, dramatic, with barnacles and that distinct ragged edge. At level 5, you could get an octopus chair, a unique tentacled seat maybe made from driftwood or even coral, perfect for nautical themed rooms. At level 8, you'll get the Dead Man's Chest, a decorative chest, possibly with a subtle beating heart sound effect when placed. Creepy and cool. And finally, at level 10, you can get the Flying Dutchman pipe organ, a hauntingly beautiful organ you can place in your home, complete with ambient ghostly sounds when interacted with. And for his dream style, the perfect fit would be human Davy Jones, giving players the chance to see the man he once was, complete with romanticised pirate gear and glowing eyes. It adds emotional weight and style variation. In terms of potential gameplay value, Davy Jones could be introduced alongside Jack Sparrow in a Pirates of the Caribbean realm. Their dynamic, whether adversarial or reluctantly cooperative, would bring a high seas drama to the valley. Imagine tracking cursed treasure, solving shipwreck puzzles, or taming ghostly sea creatures with their help. Davy Jones is the kind of villain that brings depth, style, and a very different kind of charisma to the game. He's scary, sure, but he's also sorrowful, powerful, and strangely captivating. If Dreamlight Valley ever embraces live action characters, he deserves to be the first one through the portal. Now, this is what we mean when we say a real villain. Coming in at number 2 is none other than Chernabog, the towering demon from Fantasia's iconic Night on Bald Mountain sequence. Terrifying, imposing, and completely void of mercy, Chernabog is the embodiment of pure darkness, and he'd be the perfect major villain to shake up Dreamlight Valley. Although we already have a Chernabog themed mountain decoration, it's time for the real deal. His house could be more intricate, complete with lava flows, glowing red cracks, swirling shadow effects, and wings that fold open at night. It wouldn't just be a house, it would be a landmark, something that looms ominously in the background, giving the valley a chilling new atmosphere. Chernabog would work incredibly well as the central figure in a major DLC, or even as the lead-in to the next big storyline now that the Forgotten story arc has wrapped up. We've seen plenty of light, whimsy and redemption in Dreamlight Valley. Now it's time to balance the scales with some serious darkness. As a character, Chernabog wouldn't speak much, if at all. Instead, he would communicate through eerie music, glowing eyes, or shadowy gestures. His quests could involve corrupted dreams, lost memories, and cleansing the Valley of Nightmares. Maybe he doesn't want to destroy the valley. Maybe he's protecting it in his own twisted way, or seeking redemption after centuries of darkness. His friendship rewards would be hauntingly good. At level 2, you'd get Chernabog Mickey Ears, a bold black and blue design with demonic horns protruding from the sides. At level 5, you could get a bold mountain painting, a moody, animated artwork that shifts from night to day as time passes in-game. At level 8, you could get a Chernabog lamp, a glowing shadow-themed lamp with flourishing bat wings and a flickering dark flame. And finally, at level 10, you could get Chernabog's Tower, based on its look in the Disney parks. Towering, gothic, and glowing, it's a statement piece for any spooky themed area. And for his dream style, why not legged Chernabog? This version of him would finally let him roam the valley like any other character. Imagine seeing him just strolling through the plaza at midnight, unnerving, powerful, and very cool. Chernabog would also add tonal range to the valley, the same way characters like Scar, Mother Gothel, and the Forgotten have, but on a much grander scale, a more mythical scale. Whether he's a friend or foe, or something in between, he's a force you feel when he enters. Whether he comes in a dark DLC expansion, or headlines a new overarching story, Chernabog would be a game-changing addition to Dreamlight Valley. It's time to bring in the big bad. And we're finally here at number 1. We've got Jack Skellington, we've got Sally, but we're missing the third and final piece to complete the Nightmare Before Christmas trio, Oogie Boogie. Let's be honest, Oogie Boogie is long overdue for Dreamlight Valley. He's creepy, chaotic, colourful, and theatrical. With his mischievous flair and sinister smile, he'd bring the exact kind of villainous fun and fear to the valley that it's craving right now. You want balance between heroes and villains? Then let's roll the dice. His house would be Oogie's Manor, based on the twisted Tim Burton-esque design seen in Kingdom Hearts. Glowing windows, eerie shadows, and a crooked structure. It would stand out as one of the most unique and eye-catching homes in the entire game. Oogie's friendship rewards would be a love letter to the fans of the movie. At level 2, you could get some Oogie Boogie slippers, comfy green slippers with Dysel bug accents, perfect for Halloween nights. At level 5, you could get a skeleton roulette wheel decoration, a miniature replica of his sinister game wheel, perfect for a spooky plaza setup. At level 8, you could get an Oogie Boogie onesie, a full body burlap suit with bug seams, glowing eyes, and stitch details. And lastly, at number 10, you could get Oogie's large roulette wheel decoration, animated and interactive with spinning dice and skeletons cheering in the background. For his dream style, we go full nightmare. Buggy Oogie, a horrifyingly fun version of Oogie where his seams are opened up and you can see all the bugs wriggling underneath. Glowing from within, twitching and crawling, it's grotesque and delightful. Oogie would bring a new kind of gameplay energy. Maybe his quests involve trickery and risk, spinning a wheel to decide outcomes, planting bugs in the valley, literally or metaphorically, or facing off in creepy games of chance. He could also interact perfectly with Mother Gothel, Ursula, and even Jack himself, stirring the pot and keeping things unpredictable. And let's not forget, The Nightmare Before Christmas isn't just beloved, it's iconic. Players would go wild decorating their valleys with Halloween Town vibes, and Oogie's arrival would make that vision complete. This isn't just a villain, it's the villain of Halloween. Spooky, sassy, and scheming. Give us Oogie Boogie already. We're ready to roll the dice. And there you have it. 5 incredible villains who would bring chaos, fun, and flair to Dreamlight Valley. Whether it's the comedic genius of Doofenshmirtz, the eerie presence of Chernabog, or the spooky charm of Oogie Boogie, there's so much potential to expand the valley in dark and delightful ways. Let me know in the comments which villain you'd want to see the most, or if I missed one of your favourites. I love reading your thoughts and seeing how creative this community is. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell so you don't miss more Dreamlight Magic content. We've got plenty more of fun, ideas, and deep dives on the way. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, keep dreaming big, keep decorating your valley, and remember, the villains deserve a little love too.